Hello and welcome to my reading for Are You a Starseed and which Starseed family are you from? So I am really excited about this reading. It's got all kinds of jam-packed information going on here. And I just want to show you the piles. So it's a lot of piles. You're going to have between 19 choices. I'm doing just a quick scan here for those who have to look at the numbers to decide which number they want to pick. But there are 19 choices. I did a lot of, there's a lot of information out there about star seeds, believe it or not. And a lot of people are very interested in it, like myself. And so I thought it would be something fun to add to the channel since I do consider myself a star seed spiritually. And so I'm starting out by just giving you a visual of the 19 piles. I mean, it's really not much to see. You're going to pick a number between 1 and 19 and decide so that I will put the timestamps below so that you can get the information related to the number that you chose to see which starseed family you would be connected with, or if you are even a starseed. So this way you can fast forward, pick the number below in the notes, and it'll go right to the number that you picked, or you can listen to the whole video. This is probably going to be a long video, but I just wanted to give you a selection. There are 19 different piles to choose from. So let's begin. Hello. So I'm really sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry, but I realized that the lineup of the numbers is kind of ghetto. So, it's not the prettiest lineup. But this is more about the content than, the whole aesthetic selection, because this is a topic that's kind of really close to my heart. And I know a lot of people are. A lot of people are really starting to understand the whole starseed phenomenon. I'm a huge Ancient Aliens fan, and I just love learning about all of that stuff, It's very interesting, and it's a very different side of the whole esoteric species or animal of studies. So I thought that this would be kind of fun. This is not really based on any tarot or anything like that. I decided to do it as a pick a card, also for fun, and also so you could test out your intuition and test out the law of attraction. And just, you never know. Some of it may hit home. I mean, this one is not necessarily like a reading. It's just kind of fun. But again, it may be relevant because I do believe in the law of attraction. I do believe that everything happens for a reason. I do believe in synchronicities, and I don't believe in coincidence. So therefore, if you picked a certain number, then there probably is a reason why you picked that number. Also, a little bit of astrological nerdiness. Also, the Lionsgate portal. Lionsgate portal actually closes tonight, the 12th. We know the Lionsgate is a portal when you have the Sirius sun that lines up with the Earth moon and the Earth sun. And it's all about this big portal of energy. And during the Lionsgate portal, it's a good time for starting a new chapter, leaving the past behind. Gives you the motivation to complete those goals. You may get a second wind, especially now we have so many planets that are retrograde. So it's actually kind of cool to have that energy where things kind of get amplified, helps you get that extra push to get things accomplished. You get money manifestation is amplified. We all need that. A lot of wishes coming true in reality. The ones that are meant for you, for your highest good. For the most part, that's what I'm hoping for you and me. Miracles of creativity, a lot of people uniting, a lot of divine alignments, divine timing. So hopefully this was a good Lionsgate portal. So now let's begin. Now I'm going to, as per usual, put the timestamps below in my comments after I post. But we are going to begin because we have 19 different choices. So based on whatever choice you chose, we're going to dig right in. Now, you can listen through the whole thing if you want to. If you want to skip ahead, Just look below, look for the number that you chose, and click the timestamp next to it, and it'll take you, fast forward you right to that part of the video that corresponds to the number that you chose. Okay, as you can tell, this is one of my favorite wigs. I'm feeling it. I'm doing like a Betty Boop, a nerdy Betty Boop thing. You know, it's kind of like my thing. Anyway, so let's begin. Okay, so those who chose pile number 1, you are from the Blu-ray. So you are a starseed from the Blu-ray family. Now, the Blu-ray incarnations of, people from the Blu-ray tend to be very highly sensitive and are a hybrid of starseed types, meaning you are usually combined with 2 different starseed types. So you may want to go back to the original and pick another number. Now, if the number you pick shows not a starseed, then you may want to check your intuition again. I found if you're not sure of your intuition, which you really need to start trusting your own inner guidance, which is one of the reasons why I love pick-a-cards and do them so much and recommend them for people, so that you can start learning to listen to your intuition, not your feelings, but your intuition. And that's kind of the cool thing about it. Trusting your gut is very, very important. That is your God compass, I feel. Now, there's something online called a random number generator, but you know what? I think the number only goes up to 10. There might be one that goes up to 20. You put the numbers in from 1 to 20 or 1 to 19, and it'll pick a number for you. Again, law of attraction. I feel like your guides and your higher self are always involved. Again, I don't believe in coincidence, because everything happens for a reason. It really does. Okay, so back to the Blu-ray. Now, this is interesting. Blu-ray incarnates, again, very highly sensitive. You're a hybrid mix of starseed types. So you could be, half Lyran, half Pleiadian. Okay. You guys help form things like communities. You guys are like community-driven people. You are the ones who bring starseeds together and help starseeds work together. Blu-ray incarnations are like gatekeepers. You guys are like the positive mix of the Sirius, and the Pleiadians. So this time period would have been great for you guys because of the Sirius, the Lionsgate. Those who have Blu-ray incarnations would have been really, really like, wow, like you probably would have been like on fire and had so many great manifestations coming through and so much motivation to accomplish things that probably took months normally, but you probably banged them out in a couple of weeks, that kind of thing. But yeah, Blu-ray incarnation. Now, one of the sites that I look at that I found, which was really good, so let me big up and give props, is a site called typicallytopical.com. There's a lot of information on there for starseeds, the different types, and there's just a lot of information on there for that. But you can look up more information on the Blu-ray incarnation and what that could mean for you and how it manifests in your life, because there's all kinds of more information about it. But those who chose pile number 1, you may resonate with Blu-ray incarnation. And again, you guys are like gatekeepers. You kind of help form the starseed community. So if you find yourself, forming eclectic groups of people into events and little communities and things like that, whether it's like a Facebook group or an Instagram family, you are of the Blu-ray, and you're very important because we need people who are going to be community leaders for the starseeds on this incarnation and on this particular journey, especially now as the world is ascending to the next level in the Aquarius age. Okay, so we are moving along to pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2. Those who chose pile number 2, drum roll, are light workers. Okay, so there's been so much information about light workers nowadays that it's kind of like a catchphrase. But let's dig into how light workers actually resonate with the whole starseed component, right? So light workers are special starseed souls that come from a variety of planets, realms, and star systems. You guys are star nomads. So you guys like are nomads, you know what I mean? Like in Star Wars, like in Star Wars, you're the ones who kind of go in between planets and realms and star systems. Those who are light workers, you probably have a lot of lucid dreaming. There are 25 types of light workers that I didn't write down or go into, but again, you can do some research on this, like the real, there's a lot of information out there, and you're going to be drawn to what you need to learn. So there are 25 different types. The primary purpose of a light worker, as we all know from a lot of the New Age information that's come across in the past 20 years, is to spread love, light, and kindness. Light workers are truly the ones who do resonate with that. They don't have maliciousness. A lot of times light workers feel alienated. They're very creative. You guys are very creative. You live for a higher purpose because you resonate with light. Darkness is the opposite of you, so you are full light. Okay. You guys can be rebellious against the darkness. Okay. You're very intuitive. You are very sensitive and in tune with emotions, okay? And you have an innate drive to help. You guys are helpers. You're like angels, basically, like earth angels, okay? I guess a light worker would be synonymous with what people would classify as an earth angel, because you guys are helpers and you have this lightness to you to be like the Mother Teresa's that are here, okay? Mother Teresa was kind, but she was rebellious because she rebelled for the purpose of helping and compassion and kindness. It's the utmost for light workers. You guys are very sensitive in tune with your emotions. You guys are old souls, and you may have had a very difficult childhood. That is a broad statement, since we all have had childhood issues, right? But your childhood shaped you into the inner light that you carry. You've always carried it, and probably felt very different from your family. You guys are very natural, and it's important for you to avoid all kinds of chemicals because you are highly sensitive. So you really want to try to have, a pure diet and use non-synthetic clothes and non-synthetic soaps and things. You guys are that sensitive to everything. You are master manifestors, and because of your light, you are a magnet. You like for moths, you draw moths for problems and troubled people. Just like an earth angel, you guys draw people. People are drawn to your light. So if you find that a lot of these characteristics resonate, then you chose the right pile, and you can do more research on the light worker journey and what that means for you. Because we, again, need light workers. I'm grateful for the light workers. I feel like Louise Hay was definitely a light worker, because you guys also, because of your great big light, you bring to light a lot of things, but in a very loving and light and kind and helpful and angelic way. So that's it for the light workers. Okay, so now we're gonna go to pile number 3. So whoever chose pile number 3, you're going to be your starseeds from the planet Sirius. Okay, so you guys are Sirius starseeds. And again, we just had the Sirius Lionsgate portal that was open. As you can see, Sirius is very connected to Earth. It's what they call the dog star. And it's fascinating, this Sirius planet, how connected it is with the Egyptian pyramids. Did you know that the Egyptian pyramids line up with the planet Sirius, right? So there are so many implications about this dog star. I keep saying planet, it's actually a star, all right? But the starseeds who have incarnated here on Earth from the dog star, you guys are also peacekeepers and guardians, which is why you may resonate with the Blu-ray incarnations a lot and may find yourself fellowshipping with Blu-ray incarnations. You will be drawn to the Sirius dog star. And just like dogs, you guys are very loyal. You guys lead a very simple and spiritual life. You are very open-minded, but you may struggle to express your feelings. Feelings may be difficult. Feelings, emotions. they're difficult to express. Not that they're difficult for you to experience them or feel them, but they are difficult for you to express. You guys are very caring for the earth. You're Gaia people. Serious incarnation people tend to be very, earth hippies, basically. You guys are about caring for the earth, growing your own vegetables, and just, being loyal to the earth, even. You usually have a very tight circle of friends, like a pack. You have your little pack of friends with its own little pecking order. You guys usually have a great sense of humor, very silly and funny. But you are, again, you have a mission to save animals and nature. Again, very connected to Gaia, very connected to caring for the earth hippie vibe. So if you find that this is resonating, that kind of goes along with the serious dog star incarnation people. You guys are also drawn to lost civilizations. You are fascinated with Mesopotamia and Atlantis, civilizations that have kind of gone the way. You tend to be very calm and adjusted. You guys are daydreamers. And again, it's hard for you to express emotions, especially in relationships. So that's a serious dog star, people. If you find that you're resonating with these, then you pick the right pile. There's a lot of research out there, again, for those who resonate with the serious dog star incarnations. Again, a site that I found, typically topical.com, but there's so much information out there for Sirius. And it's pretty cool to see it through the telescope too, especially when it lines up with the Earth the way that it does. That star is very connected to the Earth, so it makes sense that those who aren't incarnated from the Sirius star galactic area would have a connection and affiliation with the earth, because this has been something that's been going on for ancient times. And again, with the Sirius dog star, it does line up with the pyramids, and there's a lot of different theories out there about it, as far as the Egyptian civilization and working with the creation of the pyramids and things of that nature. So it's really interesting, so make sure you look into that. All right, so now we are going to pile number 4. Moving along, pile number 4. Those who chose number 4, do you love my elegant calligraphy? Starseeds of Orion. Okay, so starseeds from Orion, very cool. Now we know about Orion, right? Orion, that it's like a cluster of stars. Well, Orion actually has hundreds of stars. It's a very large star system. Okay, so those who are incarnated from Orion have both negative and positive attributes. You guys, it's kind of a mixed bag, because again, it's such a large star system. So it's not like to say, well, like light workers, well, oh, they're all light. Orion, it can go either way with those who are incarnated from Orion. But a lot of the grays, or what they call the gray aliens, that we see a lot of. That's why there's so many different stories of gray alien interactions, because the gray aliens vary because of the Orion star system. It's like, it's a mixed bag. Now, the Orion incarnated, you guys are stuck here karmically, ironically, for hurting humans. A lot of the ones who have incarnated here, this is your karma jail, basically. But then you have some that, while they are here, have learned those karmic lessons and ended up becoming very compassionate activists. Okay. So those who are these compassionate activists out there, pushing for humanitarian causes, kind of like, driving those issues, tend to be from the Orion star system. So, all right, so what else do we have here? You guys are compassionate activists, you're task-oriented, and love work. Okay, so again, you guys are tirelessly out there working for these causes with the sense of compassion. You guys are also entrepreneurs, and you have this dream of inspiring and leading others. Okay, again, the activists out there, the ones protesting and driving these causes. That is the Orion star system energy. You guys are true knowledge seekers and love to learn. I almost feel like that whole Sagittarius issue comes in because you guys are knowledge seekers, love to learn, kind of like the whole philosophy that goes with Sagittarius. Even I'm thinking in my mind, you tend to be a jack of all trades because you like to learn so many different things. A lot of earth signs, ironically, tend to be from the Orion system. A lot of earth signs. So, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns. You guys tend to be calm and adjusted as well. So even though you're compassionate and you're activist and you want to be this inspiring leaders, you have a calm and adjusted, very earthy vibe to the way you are, okay? Because you rarely get angry. You may even appear cold. Okay, that's giving me like a Capricorn. Yeah, I guess Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus is, I don't really see Taurus as cold. Capricorns and Virgos can sometimes appear cold because they're so analytical, and Capricorns are usually very, very reserved, right? But again, from the Orion system, and you believe in logic above all else, okay? Interesting, what I found in my research is that Orion is the learning station for all the other planets to come. So it's no wonder they're like, you guys are seekers of wisdom. You guys are the keepers of learning for the entire universe. So that desire within you to learn is bottomless, and that explains it. Orion is where people go to learn things about everything. So it would be kind of like the Akashic records, I guess, would be in the Orion star system. So that's interesting, and there's a lot of information, once again, out there for you to look into about the Orion star system. Okay, so we're going to move along to pile number 5 now. Okay, so those who chose pile number 5, you are from the Starseed Andromeda system. You guys are incarnated from the Andromedan star system. Okay, so what does that mean? We maybe heard about Andromeda on some sci-fi channels, but again, you can do more research. So what I have here, Andromeda is when you look in your telescope and you see the spiral-shaped galaxy, okay? That is what we have called the Andromeda system. It exists in the 12th dimension. Those who are here from that system are here for a very specific purpose. You will know exactly why you are here. Those who are Andromedan don't have any misinformation or lack of, they know exactly why they're here. They're completely on purpose. Okay, and that's how you'll know if this resonates. Okay, you guys all have a light or white aura because, again, you are very on purpose for why you're here, for a very specific purpose. You know exactly what your assignment is. You tend to be very childlike or innocent. Okay, Andromedan incarnate people are introverted observers. Okay, you guys are free spirited, obviously, because you have this childlike innocent spirit, and very empathic but guarded. So even though you're empathic and you pick up others' energies, you are guarded about it. You know how to guard your energy. You guys usually have a big desire to travel, and you can be creative but are logical about it. You know, it's very logical creativity. You put it down. I can understand that thought process because your paintings wouldn't be abstract. They would be one of the more organized creativity. When you do things, you have an order to it, a logic to it. You guys, because of that, you're very science minded. You like science related subjects. You love science, basically. And because you have a very specific purpose on Earth, Andromeda incarnate people are drawn to work in jobs that are spiritual and metaphysical, even though you can work in any field. Because once again, those who are Andromedan, who picked this pile, you know exactly why you're here. You have always known what you're here to do. You have a very magnetic aura because you're going to draw exactly everything that's connected to your life purpose. Okay. And tend to have a sense of joy and gratitude and a good sense of humor. So you guys, are introverts. You have a sense of joy and gratitude, good sense of humor. You are empaths but guarded. So yeah, but these are traits that, from my research, should resonate for you. If you're from the Andromeda system, you can do more research on it. But again, if you're from the Andromeda system, you might not even click on this because you probably already have, you probably won't know which starseed you're from. But as far as like why you're here and what your purpose is, you have a very specific purpose that you've probably already known for a very long time what it is and why you're here. Okay, so we are moving along to pile number 6 now. Okay, pile number 6. Those who chose pile number 6, you are the starseed Arcturian. Okay, so Arcturian starseeds. Okay, so the Arcturian is a constellation, again, a group of stars. A lot of these starseeds, you are literally from or pull the incarnation from these stars. Now, this is the star constellation. That's the Boots constellation. Again, you can do the research and look this up. Very beautiful constellation. And you are usually drawn to that shape that you'll see, that Boots constellation shape. Maybe it's something that stuck out for you for a long time, but you would naturally be drawn to it because that's your starseed home, okay? The Arcturian incarnates are natural leaders. You guys are charismatic. People are just follow you naturally, okay? You guys are incredibly telepaths. You're natural telepaths. Just think Professor Xavier. I think Professor Xavier from X-Men would be the perfect example of an Arcturian incarnate. Yes. Highly passionate, leader, charismatic, powerful telepath, very logical thinkers. You guys are planners and organizers, strategizers, right? Great public speaking. Yeah. Professor Xavier is who I see when I'm thinking of this. You guys love attention. You're extroverted. You may seem a little egotistical like Xavier, but it's only because you're passionate about what you're leading, the cause that you're leading, okay? Because you're highly intelligent and highly motivated, okay? Your fields tend to be math, science, data science, medicine, medical technology, engineering, architectural, all that left brain stuff for the human left brain. You guys are compassionate but guarded. So yeah, I think the perfect analogy when I think of an Arcturian incarnate would be Professor Xavier, because he had this passion, he was a leader, this compassion, and he was that level of telepath. If you find that you have these abilities where you feel like you can just read people's minds and you can push your thoughts into people's minds and then they say them and you're like, wow, I actually projected that. I'm a telepath. Like, I know it's weird, but I feel like I can communicate telepathically. People naturally follow you. They naturally look to you for answers. I naturally look for you to organize things. You don't have a fear of public speaking. That would not be a fear for an Arcturian. If you pick this pile, this is not your pile, because an Arcturian is, again, a leader, like a Professor Xavier. You're going to be a spokesperson for your cause, your organization. You will speak out publicly. You're a very logical, mathematical, scientific thinker, great strategizer. You know how to organize and pull things together. You have an administrative way of doing things. So that would be the Arcturian incarnation here. Again, there's so much research out there for it, so make sure you look into it. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next pile. So those who chose pile number 7, we're moving along. Oh, 7 is connected to 6. That's right. Arcturian had a continuation because, those who are Arcturian are also gifted at divination and tarot. So not only are you, this is a continuation of Arcturian. Arcturian got 2 numbers. I forgot about that. So the Arcturian incarnation, you guys are gifted at divination and tarot. You guys are good channelers. And you're interested in the mathematical side of spirituality. Again, the logic, the scientific part of spirituality. You tend to be very confident, but unlike others, if you're upset, people are going to know you're upset. You're going to get angry. You're going to be visibly angry. You're going to be like, I'm angry, I'm pissed, or whatever. You're not all love and light. You know what I mean? Like, you are angry, okay? But again, so you guys are very gifted. So you're gifted with telepathy, divination, tarot. You guys can channel energy very amazingly. And you're very confident. So you guys are these charismatic people. You guys are the charismatic leaders that we need. I'm thinking Professor Xavier. I'm thinking Barack Obama or Bill Clinton. You know, I'm getting like a Leo energy or, you know, Libra. Just very charismatic, very but also scientific, but then also esoteric, because you guys have these spiritual abilities for channeling and divination and things of that nature. Okay, so that's for Arcturian. All right, so we are moving along to pile number 8. So whoever chose number 8, which is my favorite number, by the way, but I didn't choose 8. But whoever chose number 8, you are not a starseed. You are an earth incarnate. You are an earthling. You are home on this planet. You are here for Gaia, Mother Gaia. You belong to Mother Gaia. You are not an incarnate from another starseed. So if anybody was picked 2 numbers and you picked 8 as your second number or what have you, then you probably want to discredit some of the other ones. But again, trust your own intuition, trust your gut, because this is a pick a card. You know, but again, if whoever chose 8, you are not a starseed. So completely random. But again, I don't believe in coincidence. So we will see. Now we're going to go to pile number 9, because I don't know what these are either. I just divvied them up and put the numbers, and we're going to let things play out, right? Those who chose pile number 9, okay, you guys are the indigo, crystal, and rainbow children that came down, right? You guys are connected to pile number 12. So I don't know if you chose pile number 12, but I'm actually going to skip ahead to pile number 12 because I didn't realize that I split these in 2. But pile 9 and 12 are actually connected. So when I put the notes down there, if you chose 9, you automatically are connected to pile 12. And if you chose 12, you're automatically connected to pile 9, because I broke these into 2. Okay? Because you are indigo, crystal, and rainbow children. And there's a lot of information for you indigos, you crystals, and you rainbow incarnations. Okay? You guys are on a mission to help humanity move out of old paradigms of control, fear, greed, and manipulation into the new earth paradigm of love, peace, integrity, cooperation, and abundance. So you guys are closing the old chapter. And so you've come in phases to help the earth transcend and ascend to the next octave, the next layer that it is meant to, the new earth that is forming. You guys began to come during the 1950s. So if you look at the shift of history and how things severely shifted during the 50s from the birth of the indigos range from 1950s to 1980s. You guys are sensitive. I'm in the indigo era. Okay. Indigos are sensitive, strong-willed, very intuitive. You guys brought about, you know, look at the 50s, between the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. I mean, these are iconic times. You know what I mean? It's almost like what happened before then, because, you know, from the fashion and to how things were changing, you know, you got Coca-Cola and Pepsi, you got fast food restaurants, you know, you have jeans, people wearing jeans, people learning what it means to be cool and just things like that, right? Then from the 1980s into the 1990s were the crystal generation. You guys are highly empathetic, very spiritual, very open-hearted, and you guys are healers. You guys have come to feel and heal, okay? You guys brought healing to the world and help people begin to understand how important it is to do the work psychologically, mentally, physically, spiritually, not just rely on religion, but actually tap into your spirituality and heal the issues that may have come about from being the children of the indigos, and the indigos being the children of the baby boomers, right? Then we have the rainbows. So the rainbow generation, which is what we have now, Generation Z, they were born from the year 2000 and on, and all rainbows are very spiritually gifted. Okay, they have all the spiritual gifts. They have most of the clairs, clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairsentient, and they are free from karma. So they are new souls. They are not from the traditional octaves. They have no past life and no karmic debt. Isn't that interesting about Gen Zs? That's more research to look into, but that's what a lot of spiritual teachers have come to understand about Gen Z. Now, I personally feel that the Gen Z rainbows, I think ended in 2020 or 2019, and then there's a new generation that started in 2020 because of how the world completely shifted in 2020. The whole world. I've never seen the whole world be affected by anything in my life. You hear about world wars, but up until, in my life and in my almost 50 years on this planet, to see the whole world be affected by something was a first for me. Okay. Anyway, I mean, there's been other things, but like to see the whole world shut down in 2020, I really feel like there's new incarnations that we'll be finding out about. But back to the rainbows. So the rainbows have no past life and no karmic debt. They are pure light. They are spiritually gifted. You guys, this is your first incarnation on Earth. You guys are very closely connected to ascended masters like Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad. You guys are very closely connected to them and receive downloads from them for your tasks here on Earth. You lived in very higher dimensions. We have like the 5th dimension and the 6th dimension. The rainbows or the Generation Z are coming from the 12th and 13th dimension. You guys are pure light beings and reflect rainbows and hope. So very powerful life mission for the rainbows. The indigo crystal and rainbows, all very important to the ascension of planet Earth. Okay, so remember 9 and 12 are connected, and I have to put that in my notes as well. So we're going to go to now number 10, because even though you had picked 9, but 9 and 12 are connected, so we're going to do 10. So we're up to 10. So those who picked number 10 are the draconian and reptilian incarnation. Okay, so if you are a draconian reptilian incarnation here on Earth, we've heard so much about reptilians, especially if you're into the esoteric circles, if you're into the some of these conspiracy theorists out there. We've heard a lot about the reptilians, right? And the draconians, which are usually connected. So for my research, what I have in my notes is that reptilians and draconians can be very power hungry, right? So you may have a tendency to have this commanding and confident air about you, okay? And like the reptile, the chameleon, you can blend into any circle, any surroundings. You blend in easily, very adaptable, right? You tend to have a strong sense of duty, strong stamina, and don't mind physical or physically dangerous situations. That's a hallmark for a reptilian or a draconian incarnation, because you guys are the ones who don't mind jumping from airplanes and swimming with the sharks and, going and exploring the eels underground or what have you. You guys are shark divers, mountain climbers, somebody like the alligator guy, he's probably a reptilian. It's not all bad, but you are power hungry. You are not someone who doesn't understand the importance of power dynamics. You have a very naturally good understanding of it. You guys are experts in body language and communication, and you guys can communicate with anybody with ease, because you are commanding and have this confidence about you. You tend to be very psychic and healing, but with limits. Like, it's not like, oh, this very, very powerful psychic healing, but it's kind of limited, but it is there. You do have a respect for community because you understand, again, power dynamics and the power in numbers and things of that nature. You dislike authority, any authority higher than you. You will have a problem with it because you feel like you need to be the power and authority. So it's like, why are you trying to tell me something? You know, I'm thinking of like Stewie on the Family Guy. Like, Stewie would probably, I would classify Stewie as being a reptilian or a draconian. Just think about his character. That's what he portrays, right? You guys are very strong and very stoic, know how to be very serious about things and very guarded. It's hard to crack your shell because, again, you are not going to show any weakness. You don't really have a lot of weakness, and you are here to be the bosses and the commanders and the ruling authorities. And so therefore, a lot of our leaders are reptilian and draconian. But again, with every incarnation, there is light and dark, and not all are dark. You know what I mean? Because the quest for power is not necessarily bad. We do need to have those who are in power. It's just, how is that power used? Is it used in a fair manner? Is it used in a manner where the whole community is taken into consideration, or is it used in a selfish manner? So that's it for pile number 10. We are moving along to pile number 11. Okay, those who chose pile number 11 resonate with the incarnation of the Minnetonkan. Okay, so this one is new for me. I was learning about this and still want to do some more research on it, okay? The Minnetonkan incarnation, if you resonate with this, you're here to teach the value of potential. You guys are the ones who are the life coaches. Your solar system no longer exists. So you guys love being on Earth because you have a home now. You guys were kind of nomadic for a while, but you hated it. Unlike the other starseeds, you hated it. So you love being on Earth. You love being on Earth, even though you know deep down inside that you're not from here, but you love it here, okay? You're drawn to the ocean, and you tend to be very kind and nurturing, almost Piscean, like Pisces type of a thing. You have flighty emotions. You guys were the original light workers of the whole universe, not just for Earth. Like, you have light workers assigned to Earth, but you guys were the light workers of the universe. But your star system is not in existence anymore, okay? Most Minnetonkans will look for careers in marine biology and oceanography because you love the ocean that much. So that is for those who resonate with Minnetonkan and who chose pile number 11. Okay, so now we're moving to pile number 13. Okay, so those who chose pile number 13, you guys are resonating with Lyran, the starseed Lyran. Okay, I don't know, you probably heard about that one, because that one's kind of popular like some of the other ones. Now, what I wrote here for Lyran is very interesting. So the Lyrans were the oldest souls in the galaxy. You guys are ancient. The ancient system of Vega. You guys helped create humanity. So you guys actually helped create humans. And you guys brought fire, and you seeded the first souls on Atlantis and Lemuria. So the Lyran, your incarnation is the oldest incarnation. So to say that you guys have old souls is an understatement. Okay, you guys were the original creators. You guys have a natural elder and wise energy to you. You are authoritative naturally because you are naturally the oldest in any room that you enter. I don't care how old you are. You guys love history. You're drawn to magic and metaphysics because you understand them on a completely different realm because you guys helped create all of the energy centers here. You tend to be very passionate, very grounded, very connected to your sacral and root chakras. You tend to be quiet, distant, but you do love food and drink, okay? You love a good time. And Lyran is connected to cats, okay? So Bast, the Egyptian worship of cats, they, a lot of people in certain circles feel that the Lyrans were the ones who helped create the pyramids, create these wonders of architecture, the wonders of the world that they have in Egypt, because it's very connected to Egypt. Lyrans, you guys are very connected to Egypt. Egyptology should like naturally fascinate you. You guys are usually, they say that Lyrans are usually fire signs. You guys feel stuck here. Like the Minnetonka's love it here. You guys feel like, oh, I'm stuck here. Kind of like I'm in this ghetto ass prison type of thing. So, but Lyra is really an old soul. You guys, like I said, to call you an old soul is an understatement. Okay. But again, there's so much. Lyra, there's a lot of information out there. It's so much that it can be overwhelming. So be careful, use your intuition to go by what you are going to pick. Okay. So now we are going to pile number 14. So those who chose pile number 14, you guys are Venetians from Venus. Okay. And we all have a good understanding of Venus. Those who know anything about astrology, those who know anything about even, the famous book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Venus is connected to love and romance and beauty and relationships, right? Women, the feminine energy, that kind of thing is connected to Venus. So you guys also connected with Hathor in Egypt, your fourth dimensional beings. You guys are here to perform the duty of motherhood, fertility, and love. Now, to expand on that, you do not have to have children to be a mother. You do not have to give birth to be fertile, because fertility is so many different things. Venusians or Venetians are fertile in everything that they do. They bring fertility. Fertility is when things flourish. They help things to flourish in a beautiful and loving way. They bring a flourishing feeling of love to things, into where they are, because that is the purpose of those who are from Venus. They have that Hathor energy and that fourth dimensional energy. So they're in between the third and the fifth dimension. So they understand both realms. But again, they bring that loving energy, that energy of romance, that energy of fertility, that energy of abundance, of nurturing. They know how to nurture a product. They know how to nurture people. They know how to nurture things. They know how to bring beauty into things. They would bring their form of art and is in everything. It's not just in painting or sculpture. It's in the way that they make their food, the way that they dress, the way that they speak, the way that they do their hair, the way that they bring to the surroundings and their energy and aura around them. So if you chose pile number 14, you are resonating with the octave of the Venetian or the planet Venus, and you are here to bring the love, the beauty, the motherhood, the fertility, the abundance, the understanding of relationship dynamics, the ambassadors also. You guys are ambassadors. You guys are mediators. You guys know how to mediate and, get in the gap between, warring factors to kind of understand how to communicate peace and things of that nature. So, so it is a very important job that you guys have and bring here. I mean, where would we be without that, honestly? So that's for those who chose number 14. We are moving along to pile number 15. All right. And this is a very well-known star system, the Pleiadian star system. Okay. Those who are resonating with the Pleiades. Now, with the Pleiades is a star cluster known as the Seven Sisters, very well-known star system. Okay. It is in the Taurus constellation. Okay. The Pleiadians are the record keepers of Earth. You guys are younger in soul age, so you're not like the Lyrans. You tend to be humanitarians, are very, very strong empaths. Very strong. I mean, a Pleiadian person can feel the empathic energy from the news, from cars driving by. Okay. Very strong empaths. You feel like you have a big mission, and you do have a big mission. You tend to be very family oriented, okay, and very feminine. Whether you're male or female, you have a very feminine, nurturing, almost Venusian quality to you. You're averse to harm and violence, like the Venusian or the light workers, okay, but you guys are perfectionists, and you're people pleasers. Whereas, not everybody is a people pleaser, but you tend to be a people pleaser. Very polite and soft spoken. You guys are skilled healers. Okay, any healing profession you enter, whether it's esoteric, spiritual, or medical, you are skilled healers. You're here to spread love, just like the Venusians. And you guys usually have a Nordic heritage. So the Pleiadians usually will have fair skin and like lighter, blonder, sandy blondish hair. You're prone to high anxiety. And again, you're very highly sensitive and very strong empathic. You're usually connected to animals like dolphins and whales. You may be drawn to those animals, but not necessarily the oceans like some of the other starseeds, just the dolphins and the whales, okay? But again, you usually have a Nordic heritage, and it will come across. You may even be born into a darker family, but you, for some reason, will have like lighter skin and, lighter blondish to sandy blonde hair, because you are incarnating from the Pleiadian star system. So again, you can look up that. There's a lot of information out there for Pleiades. We're going to move along because this is a long reading. Those who chose pile number 16. Pile number 16, not a starseed. Okay? So if you chose 16 and another number, or if you only chose 16, you are not a starseed. You are an Earth incarnate. You are belonging to Gaia. This is your planet. You are not incarnating from any star, incarnating from any planet. You are here on Earth. You are an Earthling, and your things related to the Earth are very important to you, because this is your home. This is where your spirit resides and dwells, and it is very important for you to protect and nurture planet Earth. So, but you are not incarnated from another starseed. Okay, so we are going to move along to the next number, the number 17. Okay, those who chose number 17, you are the incarnation from a planet called Maldek. So this is a little bit different. Okay, Maldek was this planet that was this beautiful planet that had this endless supply of water and greenery. This is what, researchers have found about the planet Maldek, okay? But what happened was Maldek, this planet, is no longer in existence. It died out because they were relying too heavily on robotic technology, okay? So the people ended up becoming lazy and diseased, and they relocated to Earth. And one of their biggest missions is not to make the same mistakes that were made on their home planet when that planet was overrun because people became lazy and diseased. This reminds me very, very much of Wall-E. You know the cartoon Wall-E? That's what Maldek was based off of. That cartoon was based off of Maldek, and what happened to those who incarnated from the planet Maldek. So that would be a good point of reference. I know I'm referencing some pretty kooky movies out there, but I mean, hey, that's what comes to mind when I think of the research for those who incarnated from Maldek. So because of that, thinking of what happened on your planet is very important. Environmental issues are very important to those of you who resonate with this. Making sure that people exercise and stay active in helping the world be a better place, and not relying overly too much on technology, keeping in touch with the roots of of the earth, basically, and not just always using robots and technology, but actually knowing how to go out and light a fire and cook and till the ground and grow some of your own stuff and help people to do that. Those things are very important to those who incarnated with Maldek. And those things are important. We should not be out of balance. Anything that's out of balance is detrimental in any situation, right? All right, so we're going to move along. We're almost done to pile number 18. Pile number 18, those who chose pile number 18, you guys incarnated from Lemurian and Atlantean. So Lemuria and Atlantis. Okay, so we've heard a lot about Atlantis. There's even a Disney movie about Atlantis that I loved to watch with my kids when they were younger. And so therefore things connected with Lemuria and Atlantis, you will be fascinated naturally by, because your spirit incarnates with these planets, right? So the island of Mu is where where both of those came from, Lemuria and Atlantis. Okay, it was thought to be a large continent that sunk. Okay, the reptilians, believe it or not, are also from there. Okay, and they cultivated in the island of Mu the disease, the famine, and the greed that helped lead to the destruction of the island of Mu. That is what a lot of the researchers have found. Certain of the reptilians led to that because of their poor leadership. They were like a corrupt government, basically. Interestingly enough, this pile may be not picked by a lot of people because there are not a lot of Lemurians or on Earth, and even fewer Atlanteans. Not a lot of Atlanteans incarnated here. Okay, Lemurian and Atlanteans, you guys are very advanced beings as far as technology and philosophy and healing technology. So technology, philosophy, and healing is kind of like would be very, very appealing to you, because that would be something that resonated deeply with your spiritual incarnation, and something that you are here to bring to the earth to help it restore that former glory that Atlantis and Lemuria on the island of Mu had. So that would be some of your purpose. And again, you can do some more research on that. The island of Mu, either Lemuria or Atlantis, to see what resonates the most for you. I can't talk all of a sudden. So we are on our final number 19, last but certainly not least. So those who chose number 19, drum roll, you are not a starseed. You are an earthling. You are connected to Mother Gaia. You are right at home on planet Earth. You're here to protect this beautiful planet that we all live in. You are not incarnated from any other planet. You are here to help those who have incarnated, and to protect this planet, and to protect those who are humans and native to this planet, this beautiful planet Earth, and everything connected to Earth, to Gaia. So you will be connected to things related to Gaia, and everything environmental, everything with making sure that Earth continues and is not destroyed. So thank you so much for this reading. This is something I'm really, really passionate about. I love it so much information out there. I could stay up all night talking about this and looking up information. There's a lot out there. It is fascinating. I love ancient aliens. I think they're in the 14th year right now of just things that are out there. Just so much information, and it's just really fascinating. And it all combines with the fact that you can understand yourself, understand your purpose a little bit better, and understand the whys of certain things, even of certain civilizations, and the way that the world is changing now, and kind of the direction that those who are of the light want to see it grow into. So I'm going to end this reading by saying thank you so much for joining my channel. If you haven't clicked like and subscribe yet, please click like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you can get notified when I post videos. And I really enjoyed this video. If you want to reach out to me, I don't do personal readings, so you can reach out to me on Instagram. You can give me a follow on my business page. My page is called @Allison'sCookies, @Allison'sCookie, not plural, Allison's Cookie. I'm going to put all of that in the notes. You can give me a follow, send me a DM. I post videos on there as well, more for inspiration. I sell some delicious cookies and some self-care products as well on my website, www.hopeandcookies.com. And I am hoping to hear from you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a timeless video, and you can watch the whole thing again, or you can click around, you can pick the numbers and see which ones you resonate with. But again, there's so much information out there. There's just a lot of information. I've been into astrology since I was like 9 years old, and so I've always been drawn to the stars. And as I've gotten older, it's been interesting for me to learn more and more and more about it. So I'm going to end the video here. So I'm wishing you lots of love, lots of growth, lots of healing, and some wonderful cookies. If you want to place an order, I ship all over the world. Please make sure you comment below. Keep it respectful, and any information you want to share, go right ahead. This is a great community. And again, wishing you the best. Ashe.